Hi, and welcome back to The Pocket Nutritionist. My name is Katie, and today I'm going to share with you the most epic plant-based, nut, seed, oil, soy-free crudité platter with trio of dips. I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you. I know for me, over the Christmas period, I usually bring my own food to all of my celebrations now. But I know previously I used to really overindulge in so many different foods over that period, over the end of the year. And I would always feel very regretful after I did. So this is a wonderful way that you can inject a little bit more fresh veggies into the mix. It's something, if you prefer to eat this way, you can bring along and you can just munch down on this the whole day or for the whole event. It's a wonderful way to cater to people who might also have nut and seed allergies. And the dips that I'm making today are all completely nut and seed free. I know that a lot of plant-based influencers and YouTubers use a lot of nuts and seeds in their recipes, and because I don't like to put those in, I've found that I've just had to find ways of creating my own to suit my own needs. So I'm hoping that it helps you as well. Today I'm also going to be using my brand new NutriBullet. This is the third one that I've owned. And I'm going to show you how to make all three of the dips with the NutriBullet. I know that when I first started my plant-based journey, I didn't want to invest in a high-speed blender at the time. Financially, I wasn't able to afford that at that point. So instead, I got a handy NutriBullet, and I picked this one up for just under $90 on a Black Friday special. It's a wonderful tool to have in the kitchen, and it's a really great way to be able to make easy, quick dips, smoothies, sauces, you name it, you can make it in the NutriBullet. It's very powerful, and I'm going to show you how to make all three of these dips today with the NutriBullet so that you can do the same. If you are new to the channel, please click the subscribe button because I share recipes that help you lose weight and have more energy than you know what to do with. The first recipe we'll be doing today is a delicious, creamy, classic hummus. The ingredients you will need for the classic hummus are, first of all, to cook the chickpeas, 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of dried chickpeas, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate soda, and half a teaspoon of Celtic sea salt. To bring the dip together, you will also need 1 clove of garlic, juice of 1 lemon squeezed, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1/4 teaspoon of Celtic sea salt, black pepper to taste, and smoked paprika for garnish. To prepare the chickpeas to cook, in a bowl add the dried chickpeas with 4 cups of filtered water. Leave covered in the fridge to soak overnight. Once the chickpeas have rehydrated, drain the water they were soaked in and add the chickpeas to a medium saucepan with 5 cups of filtered water, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate soda and half a teaspoon of Celtic sea salt. Place the pot on the stove and bring to a boil. Then reduce to a simmer on medium heat and cook for 30 to 35 minutes until they're soft. To check, take out 1 chickpea with a fork and run it under cold water to cool. Then squeeze with your fingers, and if it squeezes easily, then they're ready. Most of the skins of the chickpeas will float to the top. Scoop them from the top of the water, then drain the water from the cooked chickpeas and gently rinse them with filtered water. Okay, so here are the cooked chickpeas. I've only done this a handful of times because I don't eat a lot of chickpeas, but you can see that there are still some skins in there. Just get out as many as you can. It's a bit of a picky process. Sometimes they'll lift to the top, sometimes they don't. So if they don't lift to the top and you can't just scoop them out easily, just do your best to pick them out after you've rinsed them a few times. The more that you take out, the creamier the hummus will be, but a little bit of skin in there isn't going to ruin the recipe or anything, so I think this is pretty good. To prepare the hummus, place the chickpeas, the garlic, the lemon, cumin, salt, and 1 tablespoon of water into the NutriBullet and blitz to combine. If you need more water, add another tablespoon, just as much as you need to bring it to a smooth consistency. Very nice. The second dip that we're making for this trio of dips is a green goddess dip. For this recipe, you will need 1.5 cups of chopped fresh parsley, which is about 1/3 of a large bunch, 1/4 cup of chopped fresh chives, 1/4 cup of fresh basil, about 10 to 12 leaves, 1 to 2 garlic cloves, or you can omit if you prefer, 1 large ripe avocado, zest from half a lemon, juice of 1 lemon squeezed, up to 1/2 teaspoon of Celtic sea salt, black pepper to taste, and between 1/4 to 1/2 cup of filtered water to blend. To make this green goddess dip, simply chop up the herbs and prepare the avocado. Place all of the ingredients into the NutriBullet with the avocado on the bottom. Add 1/4 cup of water, blend, and then if you need more water, add another 1/4 cup until it's blended to the consistency you like. What I love about using the NutriBullet, I suppose, over the blender is that it's easier to scrape every last little bit out of the cups because the blender itself, the little blades, don't get in the way. So this is what makes it really easy. It's also easy to just put a lid on this and then you can just take it wherever you need to go. Quick taste test. The herbs, the lemon, the garlic, the creaminess, just beautiful. Look at the colour. Look at that. Why would you buy one from the shops? This is better. And it's healthier too. The final dip we are making today is a roasted capsicum dip. For this recipe, you will need 2 red capsicums de-seeded and quartered, 2 garlic cloves, 1 yellow onion quartered, 2 Roma tomatoes, seeds removed and flesh chopped, 20 grams of dried tomatoes chopped, these are optional, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and 1 to 2 medjool dates, which are also optional, and salt and pepper. To make the capsicum dip, simply prepare all of the veggies and preheat an oven to 220 degrees Celsius. Spread the capsicums, onion and garlic on a large lined baking tray and season with salt and pepper. Dry roast for 20 to 25 minutes until the vegetables are soft. Once they're done, remove from the oven and cool completely on the tray. Using a NutriBullet or a blender or any other food processor, blend the paprika with half of the cooled veggies until smooth. Add the remaining roasted vegetables and chopped tomato and dried tomatoes and pulse until blended but not entirely smooth. Season with salt and pepper at this point, and then strain in a colander and place in the fridge. I've put this step in just because sometimes this dip is a little bit watery and it's best to let the excess water drain out so that the dip stays at a nice chunky consistency. And I don't think I'll need too much salt and pepper with this one just because the tomatoes are quite salty on their own anyway. I don't want to overdo it, but I'll give it a taste test and see what it needs. Just a little tip, I've read other recipes where they roast the tomatoes or cook the tomatoes. I try to avoid cooking tomatoes where I can because they are very acidic when they're cooked. And I like to keep my diet more alkaline than acid for regenerative purposes. So when you add in the tomato, and I've just personally found it does make me feel a little more tired, or it just affects my digestion a little bit too. So wherever there's a recipe I've found where it's cooked tomatoes, there's a lot of times I can't make it that way just because of that's how I prefer to do things and a healthier way to do things. So that's why I'm adding the tomatoes raw into the mix rather than having them cooked.
Thank you, NutriBullet. You can go away now.
Now to bring the platter together, I have prepared a range of different raw vegetables to place on the platter to use for dipping. For the raw vegetables, I used 3 sticks of celery, 2 carrots, 3 radishes, 1 yellow capsicum, 2 heads of witlof, 1 radicchio, baby truss tomatoes, 1/4 of a cauliflower, olives, dried tomatoes, and 1 blood orange. Okay, so now I'm going to put together the platter. I've got a big platter, big serving board, and I'm going to put the bowls for the dips on there without the dips in it, decorate the platter, and then right before serving, I'll pull the dips out, put them into the bowls and serve. And that, my friends, is how you make a beautiful crudité platter with trio of dips. All whole food, plant-based, oil, nut, seed, soy free, beautiful, yummy dips. It's heavy. Look at that. Now, if you show up to a party with that, isn't everyone going to be so impressed? And I tell you what, it'll all be gone in no time. I hope you give this one a go. I don't even know how I'm going to get through all of this in the next couple of days. There's going to be a lot of dipping going on, but I really hope you enjoy, and this is just a wonderful option to take along to a party or to bring out at a party for people who are wanting to be a bit healthier. I mean, I'd just sit down and probably eat away at this whole thing and that would be my lunch. But I hope you enjoy it. I think there's something on here for everyone, something here that everyone would enjoy, and I hope you give it a go.